Behold, my new favourite earbuds. I know this is a bold claim, but yeah, here we have the Technics AZ80s, or AZ80s, depending on which part of the world you're from. So not to be confused with the recent AZ60 Mark IIs I reviewed, because obviously similar, right? As you can see there, if you look very closely, the cases are not quite the same. I've complained about Technics cases feeling sort of plasticky and cheap before. Somehow this one does not. There's a sort of a solid matte finished feel to it, which might just be in my head. But anyway, yeah, so check these puppies out. These are the top of the line Technics earbuds. They have a 10 millimeter aluminium alloy diaphragm in the driver there, with a quite a sizable acoustic chamber. This is all very technical, isn't it? But basically what it means is they are the best sounding earbuds I've worn, but perhaps even better than that, they're some of the best fitting as well. So a very unusual shape to these. They look enormous. I know they look enormous. They're actually quite light. And when you put them in your ear, so that you just sort of screw them in, and they instantly feel amazing when you pop them in there, because they call this the concha feel. And I don't know why they call it that. Maybe it's sort of something to do with the conch shell. There's sort of a spiral effect going on. But yeah, although they look big, what that means is that you're getting lots of points of contact in your ear. So it's very well balanced, very comfortable, and they feel very light. So just for comparison's sake, I'm not sure if this will come out on the camera, but if we just look at the different ones, so that's the AZ60 there, that's the new, well, the AZ60 Mark II, and that's the AZ80 that we're talking about today. So as you can see, it's actually kind of more compact in some ways, not as tall. So these ones sort of almost felt a little bit unbalanced when they're in your ears. They feel like they stick out of your ears, whereas these ones really go in there and then they sit in there and they feel comfortable. It doesn't feel like tight, sealed up. It just sits everywhere. Feels so nice. Hard to explain, but you just have to take my word for it. Anyway, just like these, good mics on these. So we'll show you the mic in a minute, and then we'll go on the scientific dog walk with them as well. So yeah, we've talked a lot about how good these things sound when you're listening, but how about when you're talking? So let's find out. Okay, so now you're listening to me via the many mics that are built in to these earbuds. Both there are mics inside my ears, outside my ears. There are mics, I don't know how they do it. It's magic. So yeah, I think you can hear that sounds pretty good. And while I've got them in, you can also see that they just don't really stick out of my ears. They sit in my ears, and they are just, I mean, I'm going to have a sore neck after this, but they are not going anywhere. They fit like a glove, like a Cinderella shoe. These are the earbuds that means I will go to the ball. But instead, let's go for a scientific dog walk test. Well, there we go. Okay, so here we go. The scientific dog walking test with the AZ80s. I'm going to try not and trip over here. I'm on a bit of uneven ground, but that won't budge the AZ80s out of my ears. I'm confident of that because they fit so damn well. I just also wanted to mention that so with a single touch, set up by default, but you can customize this to a degree. With a single touch of the right bud, you can change from noise cancelling to ambient sound, so you let in the outside noise, or you can even have that cycle through and just turn everything off if you want. And you can also see this is just so customizable with that Technics app, that you can actually set that so when you let the ambient sound come in, it automatically stops what you're playing, because obviously one reason you might want to let that ambient sound in is to have a conversation with a colleague or a dog, I don't know. Yeah, that's another cool feature. They just seem to have all the features, and they're the best fitting, best sounding earbuds I've ever tried.